ropes it foul.
Will Smith, one of the best Dodger hitters. There's an RBI chance. Betts at third. First. Here it comes. They'll take it a little high. Just off the outside edge as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nola signed a 7-year, $172 million deal ahead of the 24th season, but he's been derailed by a lot of injuries this year, particularly a bad ankle. The pitch. Swing fouled in the air on a play to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Nola can get through this inning without giving up a run. Remember, the goal is really just get one time through the lineup, and this is the part of the lineup. Now here 2 out, runner at third base.
Betts, who had tripled, standing at third. Freeman, who got hit on the foot by a pitch at first. And a 1-2 on the way to Smith. That is outside. 2-2. Dodgers trying to advance to their 8th NLCS in the last 13 years. They have been a wrecking ball in October. Won 14 of their last 17 playoff games. The pitch. Check swing, and it's outside.
That is a big-time take. That's the pitch that Teoscar Hernandez struck out on. That curveball's got some bite from Nola right now. It's his signature pitch. Struggled with it all season long, but it's looked really good tonight.
Full count on Smith. We'll step out, take a time here. Kike Hernandez would hit next. Toronto has gone out in front of the Yankees 4-1 in the 7th inning as they look to win that series tonight. Nola again will come set. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball in there for strike 3. He snuck it in there to freeze Smith, and he strikes him out looking. So the Dodgers with a threat, but they strand runners at first and third. And at the end of 1 at Dodger Stadium, we have no score. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
MLB's postseason is heating up. Who finds the spotlight? Who owns it? It doesn't matter what happened in the regular season. It's about this moment right here.
Oh, my word, what a play. Can't do it any better than that.
When the lights are brightest, these performers come alive. October hits different. Postseason 2025. Baseball is something else. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Shot Rider in the studio. They're going to the bottom of the 7th in the Bronx. The Blue Jays have a 4-1 lead on the Yankees as Toronto looks to finish New York off in this Game 4 of the Division Series. A Jazz Chisholm error leading to 2 runs for Toronto in the 7th. Nathan Lukes with a 2-run single. Now let's get you back to L.A. alongside Jessica Mendoza. Here's Dave O'Brien.
John Ryder, thank you very much. So defense, again, a problem in the postseason for the New York Yankees. And meanwhile, here in Los Angeles, 1 inning in the books, no score between the Phillies and the Dodgers. And Philadelphia will bring up Marsh, Realmuto, and Kepler. Remember, the Phillies do have fresh memories of success in L.A. It was in mid-September they took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers here and clinched the National League East. So they were pouring champagne in this building not long ago.
Oh, they were. They came in, and it was dominant games. Started hitting against the starting pitching for the Dodgers. Looked like a better team the entire series.
Brandon Marsh up on the left side, and the first pitch from Yamamoto. He turns to bunt, looks at a strike. Dodgers have won all 5 of Yamamoto's postseason starts in his career with L.A. He'll wind and deliver, and it's swung on and fouled straight back quickly. 0-2 on Marsh. And he comes in hot, giving up 0 earned runs his last 25 innings. 0-2 outside from the righty.
But he hasn't given up more than 4 hits in 8 consecutive starts. That's hits. I mean, it's been unbelievable how good the stuff has been.
Pitch coming. Swing and a chopper to the left side. On the second bounce, Muncy, the third baseman, will throw on to first. 1 man away. Muncy really made a terrific play on the bunt in the 9th inning on that wheel play the other day. There was a lot of praise heaped on Mookie Betts. There should have been. It was a brilliant play that they had thought out before it happened. Mookie was really the main guy involved in thinking through that play. But Muncy's pick and throw were outstanding.
Yes, and honestly, the fact that Max Muncy is below average third baseman, that's the reputation he has.
Pitch to Real Muto is in there for strike 1.
And he was in the grill of Bryson Stott. And to make that play as a third baseman, you're throwing blind to third base. You're fielding the bunt and having to make that throw to a moving target in Mookie Betts.
0-1 pitch is high. Real Muto, 257, 12 home runs during the regular season.
How often do you see that play end up in left field? I mean, more often than not, that ball ends up in left field, is not executed. It's a big risk. They did it.
And something the Dodgers do really well, the details. Next one on the way, and that's downstairs, a ball on Real Muto. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty. We're in the second inning, no score. Yamamoto's 2-1. That is outside. He did walk a man in the first inning. It was Bryce Harper. He put him on. Now he's falling behind 3-1 on Real Muto. Max Kepler on deck, lefty hitter. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss.
The only way the Phillies get to Yamamoto is doing what we've seen Real Muto do and Harper do, is they cannot chase. Pitch that he just swung a miss on was a cutter in the zone. Those are the pitches they need to swing at. But when it's off the plate, that's where Yamamoto makes his money, especially against the Phillies.
Phillies with only 2 hits out of their last 43 batters. 83-2. And they struck him out. Real Muto becomes the first strikeout victim tonight from Yamamoto. And 2 gone in the second.
It's a slider out of the zone. This is ball 4. This is down below the zone. Now, it's a beautiful pitch. Looks like a strike out of the hand, and then that late break down below the zone gets a swing and miss.
Lefty hitting Kepler. And the first pitch. Down low, ball 1. Kepler with an 8th inning triple in game 2. That really started their comeback for the Phillies from 4-0 down to fall short. Here's the pitch. Check swing and a strike. Yamamoto tossed 2 no-hitters in Japan and came within 1 out of his first in the United States on September 6th in Baltimore, eventually giving up a home run to Jackson Holliday with 2 down in the 9th. The Dodgers would go on to actually lose that game. The 1-1 swung on and fouled out a play in the air to the left.
Which was crazy. 2 outs in the 9th inning to have the lead that they did. Holliday hits that home run that barely cleared the right field wall.
Right under rocks and deals. Swinging a high fly ball into right field. Hernandez moving over near the line, has room, and he is there to make the catch to retire the side. So a breezy second inning for Yamamoto gets him 1-2-3. We are in the middle of the second. 0-0 game here. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
tell you. I was just looking on eBay, where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Tailgate season is on, and Monster Energy flavors are bringing the heat. Crack open the wickedly creamy citrus blast of Orange Dreamsicle, or ride the shockingly smooth wave of Electric Blue. Both packed with real sugar, bold flavor, and that legendary monster kick. This is the energy your game day deserves. So grab your can and unleash the beast.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
LA coming to bat in the home end of the second inning in a 0-0 game with the Philadelphia Phillies. Dave O'Brien alongside Jessica Mendoza. And the daunting news for these Phillies, the team that takes a 2-0 lead in a best-of-5 series has won 80 of 90 times, including 54 sweeps. So that's the bad news for the Phillies. Good news is they have an outstanding team. And so far, Aaron Nola off to a decent start, even though he gave up a triple in the first inning. Some of that not his fault, and he hit a batter. He got through that and stranded two, and he'll get Kike Hernandez, Max Muncy, and Andy Pages at 6, 7, and 8 here in the bottom of the second. Kike Hernandez to start it, or Enrique, as his mom and dad know him. We had a series with the Red Sox when he was playing for Boston back in 2021. Nobody could figure out how to get him out as he batted .408 and hit 5 home runs. First pitch. Swinging a high pop along the right field line. Castellanos looking for it. Backing up now. Having some problems with it, and he makes the catch in fair territory. He staggered out there, and given the time of night here, right at dusk, that can really, really wreak havoc for an outfielder.
He lost it. I mean, he saw the ball and he puts his arms out like, I don't know where it is. Gets it really high up in the sky. I don't know if it was the lights or a combination of just losing it in the color of the sky. As you mentioned, it's not dark yet. Whew, he got lucky on that one.
He can breathe a sigh of relief, and he really did after he made that catch. One man out brings up the lefty slugger, Max Muncy. First pitch to Max, in there for a strike. 19 home runs during the regular season for the third baseman. So Nola facing his 7th batter. We'll see how deep he goes. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. 94 miles an hour, 0-2.
Ranger Suarez already up in the bullpen, kind of what we expected, maybe first time through the order.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball inside.
Max tried to let it hit him. He put his knee out. It was a breaking ball in the dirt. He kind of poked his front leg to try to hit the ball.
Well, then it becomes the discretion of the umpire whether to award him the base or not. One down, base is empty. And Nola's pitch. Swing and a liner, socked into right. It hangs up. Castellanos will make the catch. 2 down.
He's not seeing the ball well out there. Line drives are always hard straight at you. We talked about the fly ball, how he lost it. This one, he freezes and then it ends up being in front of him. He took 2 steps back, then came in and made a catch. Thank goodness it was only hit really a few feet from him.
Two away for Pajes, the center fielder, 272 with 27 home runs in season. Nola trying to make it a 1-2-3 second. Delivers. Check swing. Pitch outside, but he went. They appeal to Mark Wegner, first base umpire. He said he went around.
This is a huge get for the Phillies. If they can get one time through this order with Aaron Nola to get Ranger Suarez, who is really going to be their starter for this game, or one of their best starting pitchers.
0-1, up high a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pajes.
The idea for the Dodgers was to get to Nola early by the time Suarez could even get in this game. Besides the triple, Mookie Betts, it's been quiet for this offense.
He's taking his time outside the box. Now he'll swing the right foot in. And now the left. And Nola ready to go. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing, foul ball on the ground behind the plate. In the National League, only the Phillies were better at home than the Dodgers here at Dodger Stadium. During the regular season, going 52-29. A 1-2 now from Nola. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He has a very quick second inning. He gets them 1-2-3. So both starting pitchers in good shape early. We have now played 2 in game number 3. It's the Phillies nothing and the Dodgers nothing. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Baseball's #1 digital destination is the MLB app. And this app's got game, like game highlights, live games, fantasy games, and more.
The gem of a game.
This is baseball your way, with stats, scores, breaking news, and daily custom content that hits every time.
A monster shot.
Because here, you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow.
All year long.
So when they catch it on the field,
What a catch!
you catch it on the MLB app. Download today. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
As a sports fan, you want the best way to watch your favorite teams at home. And now you can experience game day in all its glory with a Samsung Super Big TV. It's super big and super clear, giving you a closer view than the sidelines. And you can go big without the blur, thanks to the supersized picture enhancer, even on our biggest TVs. So get ready for your game day with the ultimate fan-worthy TV at Samsung.com. Supersized picture enhancer utilizes AI-based formulas, available on 85-inch and larger TVs on models QN70F and above.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Well, have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. I want payroll too.
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, here in Game 3 with the Dodgers up 2 games to none. We have no score after the first 2 innings. As we like to say, don't miss the Brewers and the Cubs in the National League Division Series presented by Booking.com. That's tomorrow night. The Cubs are still alive as they won today. That'll be on CBS and ESPN Radio. John Boone-Shambi and Doug Landville will have the call of that one. Meanwhile, back at Dodger Stadium, which opened in 1962, which means only Fenway and Wrigley Field are older. This has been the site of 13 no-hitters, including 2 perfect games. On the topic of no-hitters and perfect games, the greatest pitcher maybe in the history of the sport is here tonight, the one and only Sandy Koufax.
How cool is that? By the way, a good little 3-row span. You got Sandy Koufax, Magic Johnson, Billie Jean King, all within like 3 seats of each other.
Man, talk about heavyweight.
I'm going to be gone for the 5th inning. Just go sit down over there.
Just get close. First pitch is inside. Breathe the air.
Totally. Just listen to the conversations.
Castellanos up on the right side, underway in the 3rd. As he takes ball 1 to pitch. Swung on and missed a home run cut. A big win for the Tigers today as well. They slammed Seattle 9-3. That series is 2-2.
Man, that got exciting real quick. Going back to Seattle.
1-1 outside, and guess who's waiting for the Mariners? The best pitcher in the American League, Tarek Skubal, to go for Detroit in Game 5.
Maybe don't pitch to Jorge Polanco because he's the only one that has hit Tarek Skubal. 2 home runs against him.
2-1 swing at a high fly ball into left field. Pretty well hit. Backing up Kike Hernandez, though, shy of the track. He'll turn and make the catch. And the first man out in the 3rd inning for the Phillies. Bryson Stott, the number 9 man, next. Dodger Stadium, with a capacity of about 57,000, remains one of the real jewels of sports. That's anywhere in the world. First one to Stott. Lefty batter is in there for strike 1. Did you see a lot of games here as a kid?
All the time. I mean, my parents, their work had season tickets, and we were here as much as we could get them.
0-1 on the way. Swing got fisted. Little pop-up into shallow center. Going out is Betts, and Mookie will make the over-the-shoulder catch. 2 down.
Great catch. Mookie Betts made that look real easy. Got that in center field. Looked like an outfielder. Almost like he had played there maybe before. Yeah.
Maybe some of those old days in the outfield will hang with Mookie, those 6 gold gloves that he won as an outfielder. Here's Trey Turner. He's 0 for 1. Tried to bunt his way on in the first inning. And the first pitch, a breaking ball, and should have been a strike. It was called ball 1 inside.
It's almost a mistake pitch. It's a back of the strike zone, but called a ball.
2 men out. The pitch coming. And in for a strike. Heated him up at 97. Phillies' top 3 have really been dreadful. There's a swing and a chopper up the middle softly. Betts charges in front of the bag, has it. Throws to first and in time to get it by a step. Turner can run, but Mookie Betts is quick on quick. And they go 1-2-3. That takes us to the middle of the 3rd inning in L.A. and still a 0-0 game. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. Fresh off a bye week and their first loss, 11th ranked LSU faces South Carolina in Death Valley at night.
And he's taking it to the house. Touchdown LSU. 58-yard pick six.
South Carolina at 11th ranked LSU. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern with kickoff at 7:45 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the SEC Network. Stream Crown Jewel, Saturday at a special start time, 8 a.m. Eastern on the ESPN app. The Rich Eisen Show.
They took care of business against the Eagles in Philadelphia in total Sean Payton fashion, which is hit you in the mouth, come up with some gritty offensive plays, and then just do bat guano crazy stuff like going for 2 and roll the dice so you can get a 1-point lead, rather than give the Eagles an option.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Hey guys, Kevin Clark here from the This Is Football podcast. This week, Will Compton and Trey Smith join me to break down all of the Week 6 action. That's This Is Football, where we get your pods.
You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, the Phillies were hopeful of getting Aaron Nola, who hadn't pitched in 11 days, at least through the entire batting order one time. He wound up facing 8 men, throwing the ball very well. He allowed only 1 hit, but he's going to give up the ball now to the left-hander Ranger Suarez, and now it gets really tough for Los Angeles because the lefty went 12-8 during the regular season. In October, 3-1 with a 1.49 ERA in the postseason, 68 career relief appearances, and his ERA is 2.91. So this is a role, Jessica, that he has performed and performed quite well in the past.
Yeah, very comfortable coming out of the bullpen, which is why Rob Thompson made this decision. And I'll tell you what, it is a win already for the Phillies. The fact that Aaron Nola, with all his struggles, got through 8 batters in this lineup, that was exactly how they could have scripted it, especially with Ohtani on deck coming back up this inning.
He'll be right after Tommy Edman, then Shohei, and then Mookie Betts. And everyone to get their first look at the left-hander Suarez. He is ready. He will kick and fire. Swinging a high fly ball, driven out deep to left field. Kepler racing back to the wall. It is gone! And the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead from their number 9 hitter. Edman hits a wicked shot to get up and over the left field fence to make it 1-0 here in the third inning.
They call him Tommy Tanks. Never had that nickname until he got into a Dodger uniform last year. The NLCS MVP because of what he did right here. Hit for power, especially against left-handed pitching. So Ranger Suarez comes into this, but feeds right into the hand of Tommy Edman.
Here's Ohtani. He'll swing and a little chopper behind the bag at first. Fair ball. Harper gloves it. He'll flip to Suarez for the out at the bag. 1 away. Shohei now 1 for 11 in the series. And Tommy Edman clubbing one to left field. Jumping all over the first pitch from Suarez to make it 1-0.
And he got a cutter just left over the middle part of the plate. And remember, Tommy Edman much better on the right side of the plate. So once the left-hander Suarez came in, Tommy Edman's numbers shoot up.
And now Mookie Betts, who tripled in the first inning. Pitch from the left-hander will be taken down and in for a ball. Betts with a line drive at a right center field. Marsh, the center fielder, laid out, tried to steal it. Came up empty. It rolled by him and all the way to the fence. The 1-0. And through for a strike. Suarez, the man who clinched the Phillies' 2023 NLCS title with a save against San Diego. The 1-1. Cut on and missed. And career highs this season in strikeouts, innings pitched. He also had 17 quality starts. But he immediately gives up a home run. 1-2. Swing and pop foul out of play by Mookie Betts.
LB, he was one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball this year, limiting home runs. So it just shows you Tommy Edman, a rare thing against Ranger Suarez. Very much a ground ball pitcher.
1 man out. 1-2 to Betts. Swing and line drive to left field. Dropping, diving ahead, and a nice play. Kepler hangs on. He left his feet, and he stole a hit from Mookie Betts. Kepler, a really good athlete, timed that one perfectly. 2 down.
2 things, OB. First of all, the read on this is a line drive shot and starts sinking down. Kepler read it right off the bat, and you're talking Superman straight on. And like we talked about the risk of Marsh, this gets by Kepler. It's another triple for Mookie Betts. So risky play, but he finishes it off with an out.
Teoscar Hernandez steps in. He struck out in first inning. Right-hand batter in the pitch. He swung on, grounded foul. Back behind home plate.
Almost Kepler showing Brandon Marsh, this is kind of how you do it. If you're going to catch it, Brandon Marsh trying the same thing against the same hitter. Missed, ended up turning into a triple.
Freddie Freeman waiting on deck for the Dodgers, who lead it 1-0. The lefty delivers outside. Tommy Edman providing the early lead for LA, 1-0 with a solo shot to left. And Suarez with a 1-1. Breaking ball outside, a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dodgers Dodgers trying to advance to their 8th NLCS in 13 years. No question, they have been the class of the National League for a long time. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Teoscar came up empty, 2-2.
Did not lay off that breaking ball.
DCNSPIRK305G disconnected. GILAXYA545G disconnected. Ready to connect.
Oh no, ayun, nakita yung giraffe.
Else when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details. October 10th is World Mental Health Day. And this year, we are saying, thank you, therapists. Behind every supportive moment and small win is a therapist who showed up and made a difference. BetterHelp has supported over 5 million people globally on their mental health journeys. With 12 plus years experience and the world's largest online network of qualified therapists, it's easy to match with the one that's right for you. See for yourself. Visit BetterHelp.com and use code SCORE for 10% off your first month.
I'm Sean Ryder in the studio. Before we continue, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Dodgers leading the Phillies 1-0. Game 3 NLDS heading to the top of the third inning. Dodgers doing on a Tommy Edman homer. Game 4 the Bronx and the Yankees defense letting them down in the 7th.
It's right back up the middle, and it's off. Jazz Chisholm in the center. Clement goes to third. That was a rocket, but Chisholm looked like he might have been thinking about 2, and it ricocheted off him, and the Blue Jays are in business.
Should have had that ball. You ask him, he'll tell you 9 out of 10 times he gets that baseball and turns it.
Carl Ravitch, Eduardo Perez, that error leading to 2 runs. Blue Jays lead the Yankees 5-1. Bottom of the 8th. Now let's get back to LA with Jess Mendoza. Here's Dave O'Brien.
John, thank you very much. On to the 4th inning, 1-0 LA, but Kyle Schwarber may have something to say about that, along with Bryce Harper and Alec Bohm. They're going to go 2-3-4 out of the order against Yamamoto. Maybe a good time to remind everybody that there have been 7 home runs hit completely out of Dodger Stadium. 2 of those by the great Willie Stargell, who hit one 507 feet here, which hasn't landed yet. Schwarber, certainly that kind of pop, 56 home runs as he settles in on the left side. And the pitch. That'll be outside, ball 1.
Yeah.
He is due, too.
Yep, 0 for 21. Last 6 games, he has struggled.
0 for 1 tonight, he's grounded out. The pitch. That is going to be just a little low for a ball. 2-0 on Schwarber.
But when he gets hold of one, there are a few that hit the ball harder than Kyle Schwarber. Just takes one mistake to get him back on track.
Yamamoto with a 2-0 pitch. Swinging a high drive into right field deep. That is way, way back. It is way, way gone. My goodness. He absolutely killed that thing. That might have clipped the side of the pavilion roof out there in right field. Holy cow. Kyle Schwarber, you talk about breaking a slump. He did it by hitting that one a country mile, and this game is tied.
117, Obi. 117 off the bat. And you set it up perfectly. I mean, he almost hit it completely out of the stadium, off of the roof in right field. It ricocheted out over the stadium.
Wow. Kyle Schwarber with a Schwar bomb, and the pitch is going to be outside for a ball here. Bryce Harper. So I would say he is off the schneid with that home run. His first of the postseason. Next pitch in there for a strike on Harper. I am dying to see the tail of the tape on that. Now, Mike Piazza hit one off the left field pavilion roof years ago. Swinging a base hit in the left center field past the diving Muncy. And a base hit here for Bryce Harper. So the first couple of really good swings off of Yamamoto tonight. That first one went 455, the home run off the bat of Kyle Schwarber. Wow.
I can't see it enough times. I mean, it is unbelievable how far he hit this thing. And the way it ricocheted off the roof.
Here's Bohm, and the first pitch to him is in there for a strike. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to center. I got to say this. We were in a commercial break, and you took a look at the lineup card. This was before we came back on air, and you pointed out to right field, saying Schwarber's going to get one. Man, did he. Next pitch is inside, a check swing by Bohm. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It kind of feels like that's the way Schwarber and, honestly, Harper roll. Elimination game, they might be struggling, but it just takes one, especially Kyle Schwarber.
1-1 on the way. Another check swing, and it's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 455. And certainly makes it one of the longer home runs in recent years here at Dodger Stadium. Yamamoto's 2-1. Outside a ball, 3-1. He had gotten into a pretty nice rhythm in the first 3 innings, but Schwarber just took him out of it by taking him out of the ballpark. Bryce Harper with a single right after that. Now the 3-1 to Bohm. Here it comes. Swing and a base hit up the middle. Little ground ball that makes it into center. Harper rounding second. Heading for third. The throw to third base. That skips away from Muncy. And it goes out of play. So that means the run is going to score. That one went over the railing and into the dugout area. And another run crosses home plate. That'll make it 2-1. And that'll put Bohm all the way down to third. Bryce Harper scoring. So the Phillies have jumped in front 2-1.
This was an aggressive, by the way, base hit, kind of just soft hit, finding its way to the grass. Because it's a soft hit, Bryce Harper reads this perfectly. It's a risky move going all the way to third base. Paez with a great arm, but Max Muncy, he has got to be like a catcher here and keep the ball in front of him instead of it bounces off of him into the dugout.
Nobody out, and Brandon Marsh, the batter on the left side. He'll swing and drive one out to left field deep, backing up Kike Hernandez. He will make the catch. The runner will tag. Here comes Bohm. He is in to score, and the Phillies lead it 3-1. Marsh with an RBI on the sac fly. And just like that, the Phillies come storming back to take a 3-1 lead.
It all starts with that Schwarber bomb. I mean, if that doesn't ignite and wake up an offense, I mean, the way he tattooed that ball, then 2 consecutive hits, and honestly, Harper doing Harper things, creating havoc to get Alec Bohm all the way to third base.
Realmuto now 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He'll swing and line one into right field, slicing away from Hernandez. That's going to drop on the warning track and kick into the stands for a double. Realmuto teeing off in a 2-base hit. And this is more like the Phillies that Philadelphia fans enjoyed all summer long. They won 96 games. An offensive powerhouse. Home run, base hit, long sac fly, and now a double. And the Phillies very much in business. A man at second and 1 out.
Well, the difference was is they're laying off the pitches like the splitter out of the zone. They're getting off fastballs. All of these hits, minus the splitter to Harper, have been off of the fastball.
And Mark Pryor out there with an interpreter to talk with Yamamoto. He's getting knocked around. And he looks like a different guy. And the Phillies look like a different offense all of a sudden here in the 4th inning.
Patiently aggressive. I mean, this is a Phillies team that is known for their swing percentage, their chase percentage, but they've been smart with it. And then when they get pitches in the zone, they're not getting cheated. They're taking their hacks. They look more like their gas, putting their pedal to the metal, especially because after Schwarber hitting that home run.
Well, Schwarber with the 455-foot bomb, followed by a sharp base hit by Harper, a base hit by Bohm. Marsh drives in a run with a sac fly hit deep to left field. And Realmuto lays into a slicing double to right. And that'll bring up Max Kepler, who's 0 for 1. He's flying out to right field. Phillies with a crooked number in the 4th. And Yamamoto's pitch. That's going to be down low for a ball. Realmuto to runner at second. And Yamamoto's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's looking like Toronto is ready to move on. They're in the 8th inning, leading the Yankees 5-1. They're getting close anyway. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from the right-hander. Too high. Kepler, good power. 18 home runs in season. He has a runner at second. Pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, kind of lazily hit into center. Pages coming on, he'll make the catch. That'll be on number 2 in front of Castellanos. Kyle Schwarber had been 0 for 22. His slump extending back to the regular season after making it out in the 1st inning. But man, did he put an end to that with a mammoth home run to get them started in this inning. Castellanos 0 for 1 with a fly to left. 2 down. First pitch swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 1. You don't see many in the area that Kyle Schwarber hit here at Dodger Stadium. Out near the pavilion roof, this one in right field. 0-1 pitch. Swing foul back again to the screen. 0-2. That lit a fire on the Phillies offense, one they desperately needed to have lit. And they do it against one of the better pitchers in all of baseball, in Yoshi Yamamoto. He'll come set, and the 0-2 to Castellanos, and that is in there for strike 3 to retire the side. But a big inning for the Phillies, and for Kyle Schwarber, who hits an absolute shot out of here. 3-run score, and in the middle of the 4th inning is now the Phillies 3 and the Dodgers 1. This is the National League Division Series.
The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app and link your ESPN Bet and ESPN accounts to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Anyone who loves playing baseball or softball knows that one of the first steps in that journey is breaking in your first glove. It's where your love of the game began. Where does your child's baseball or softball journey begin? Go to playball.org to get started. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600 plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Bottom of the fourth inning coming your way, and the Dodgers now suddenly looking up at the fighting Phils. It is 3-1 Phillies. Kyle Schwarber with a bomb out of here, 455 feet, and another postseason home run for him.
22 postseason home runs. That ties Bernie Williams with third all-time in MLB history. And I think even just the last 5 seasons, the longest home runs that have been hit. He's got 3 of the last 4 furthest home runs hit. So Kyle Schwarber making some history tonight.
Again, busting out of a long slump going back to the end of the regular season. So now let's see how the Dodgers respond against Ranger Suarez as we pick it up in the bottom of the fourth inning. 3-1 Philadelphia. Freddie Freeman will lead things off. Hit by a pitch in his lone plate appearance back in the first inning, and the lefty delivers. And it'll be inside for a ball. Freddie with 24 home runs, 90 driven in during the season, and the pitch swung on and fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the fan who came up with a baseball in right field, a Schwarber home run. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Has it on a little table in front of him. And the camera backed off and started backing off and backing off and backing off just to give you an idea of how far it was hit. 1-2. And left it up. 2-2 on Freeman. Will Smith on deck. Dodgers so far 2 hits. Phillies with 4. And Suarez will fire. Swing and a liner hook foul off to the right. Dodgers up 2-0 in the best of 5 here. And a 2-2 home. Swing and a miss. Got him to go on a pitch outside. And struck him out. Freeman fans 1 away.
Last time Freddie Freeman faced Ranger Suarez 2.5 weeks ago, he saw all sliders, struck out on 2 of them. So no surprise he goes back to it, off the plate for the swing and miss.
Sends up Will Smith, the catcher, 0 for 1 with a K in the first pitch. Pounded in there for strike 1. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Smith, who has not played very much at all in the last month because of a fracture in his hand, will take a breaking ball for a strike. He's in the hole 0-2. Phillies up 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning. The series shifting to Southern California after the Dodgers took the first 2 in Philly. 0-2 pitch. Swing foul back to the net. We were talking about this before the game. We mentioned it to Brandon Marsh and talking about how the ball flies here at night much, much better than it used to. Here's the 0-2. Check swing in there anyway. Strike 3. Caught him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts by the lefty Suarez.
That's 5 Ks here in the fourth inning for the Dodgers. This one gets Will Smith looking. 2-seam fastball just on the inside part of the plate.
up Kike Hernandez, 0 for 1 with a fly to right. Right-hand batter. Base is empty, and the pitch. Dropped in for strike 1. Max Muncy would follow. And the southpaw is 0-1. Swinging and a foul back. 0-2. He's getting ahead of everybody. Struck out Freeman and Smith back-to-back. He's trying to make Kike Hernandez strikeout victim number 3 in this inning. Left-hander gathers himself, looks in, and now the wind and the 0-2. And it's up and away for a ball. Phillies got 2 innings out of the right-hander Aaron Nola, which is about what they expected in a best-case scenario tonight. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low, 2-2.
I think Rob Thompson probably debated even having Nola face the number 9 hitter, Tommy Edman, who ended up hitting a home run off of Suarez. But he wanted to give Ranger Suarez that clean inning.
Is 2-2. Check swing, and that's going to miss just outside. Good take by Kike Hernandez, 3-2 the count. Nick Lentz has home plate tonight. And the 3-2 to Kike. And he's going to take ball 4. That'll be downstairs. So the Dodgers have a base runner with 2 down. Hernandez will take the walk. And it'll bring up Max Muncy. He hit the ball hard. His only plate appearance tonight. He ripped a liner to right that was caught by Castellanos. And the pitch. That is over but low for ball 1.
See a lot of sinkers and a lot of sliders against Suarez. It's kind of the plan Suarez has, is take that 2-seam in on the hands of these lefties, slider off the plate. Now Muncy, last time he faced Suarez, hit a home run off that 2-seam.
Hernandez off the bag at first. The pitch well outside. 2-0. Phillies in the lead, 3-1, bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitch coming. That'll be in there for a strike. Right on the black edge on the outside corner.
Suarez can paint that to lefties all night long. They're not going to get a hit off of him. That was a beautiful slider, just clipping the outside part of the plate.
Next one on the way. Swinging a ground ball base hit to the right field. Hernandez up to second, and will stop there as the throw comes in. Max Muncy with a base hit to keep the inning humming along. So a couple of base runners for Andy Paez.
He gets that 2-seam fastball. The slider's not going to be the pitch he can hit. This is actually running away from his bat. He gets around it. 105 miles an hour. Definitely gets enough of it past Harper at first base. And Kike Hernandez who had to jump over the ball to miss it.
Yeah, almost clipped him. So 2 on, 2 out. Phillies up by 2 in the 4th inning. Paez 0 for 1. He whiffed in the 2nd inning. Right-hand hitter with good power. Hernandez leading at second. Muncy at first. The pitch. That's going to be taken high, ball 1. Tommy Edman, who tomahawked a home run in the 3rd inning of Suarez, waits on deck. Next pitch is swung on and missed. A slow, tantalizing pitch. Paez with a swing and miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Suarez fires. Swinging a high pop-up into left field. Backing out Turner, the shortstop. He's under it near the line, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Dodgers get a couple of base runners, but they'll strand them at first and second We have wrapped up 4 innings here in game number 3, and it's the Phillies in front of the Dodgers 3-1. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Why do we love SEC football? Because no matter the venue or the rivalry, it's the ultimate hang. Fans of every flavor, good-natured trash talk with a side of andouille. Yes! But according to Johnsonville and the Harris poll, 71% of Americans hang out less than they used to. Why? Could it be that rivalries off the field are tearing us apart? Is it crazy to think a sausage-fueled tailgate party could unite us all? Can't hurt. Keep it juicy out there. Johnsonville, official sausage of the SEC.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
It is a division series that the Dodgers lead 2-0 over the Phillies, but the Phillies have the upper hand here in game 3 as they lead it 3-1 moving on to the 5th inning against Yoshi Yamamoto. Pretty much breezed through the first 3 innings. He walked the batter. That was the only base runner he allowed. But things changed on a Kyle Schwarber bomb to right field, which got a piece of the pavilion roofing in right.
Anthony Bonda now up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. I imagine is for Kyle Schwarber, who bats 3rd in this inning. The lefty Bonda, who has yet to appear in this series.
Bryson Stott will lead things off here, lefty hitter for the Phillies. On the top of the order, Trey Turner, and then, as you mentioned, Schwarber again.
Number 5, Bryson Stott.
Stott tonight 0 for 1. He's popped to the shortstop. Yamamoto, LA's opening day starter in Tokyo against the Cubs. He got the win. He winds and delivers. And a fastball will miss. Down low, ball 1.
Kind of been the difference for Yamamoto tonight is usually with that fastball, he puts it exactly where he wants it.
He deals a 1-0. Stott will back away. It's inside, 2-0.
He's just had bigger misses. One of the things about a lot of the Japanese pitchers, too, is they're so precise, so disciplined, being able to command their pitches.
He brings a 2-0 pitch. And that's strike. Drops it in against Stott. Turner on deck. The Dodgers with an active bullpen. The righty pitching. Swing and a miss.
And we've seen the Dodgers up until this point, Dave Roberts really wanting to get as much length as possible. But I think everything you saw in the 4th inning, starting with Schwarber's home run and then the 3 hits after that. Dave Roberts planning on Bonda facing that same part of the order.
Yamamoto with a 2-2. Swing and foul away at the plate. Little chopper back behind the dish.
But they will need someone to get them length, and that's where could Clayton Kershaw come into this game.
Kershaw assigned to the bullpen as he winds down a Hall of Fame career. Might we see him tonight here in Game 3 in LA? Here's the 2-2 home. Swing and a ground ball right side. A dive and a miss by Edman. It's off into right center field. Big turn at first by Stott. Back to the bag he goes with a hard single. In the last 2 innings, they're getting some really good swings off Yamamoto.
And they're not bad pitches. I mean, this is a cutter down at the bottom of the zone. It's a really good job from Stott. He's got a nice short little swing, pokes this thing up the middle. Yeah, we saw the blast from Schwarber, but all the hits been basic ground ball hits through the infield.
There's Trey Turner. Pitch to Turner is swung on and missed. He's the National League batting champ, and they really need to get him going. It looks like Schwarber and Harper and some other guys, Real Muto, beginning to swing the bat again. Maybe just in the nick of time for the Phillies. Stott the lead at first with nobody out, and the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Schwarber on deck. Yamamoto with the 0-2. And that'll be just a little outside. Barely off the plate. Looked like the right call by Nick Lentz. And 1-2 on Turner. Stott with a lead off the bag. And a 1-2. Outside low. From the stretch. 2-2 to Turner. Swinging a ground ball, base hit into center field. Stott to second, and he holds up there. And the hits keep on coming these last two innings. That's 6 hits the last 2 frames off the right-hander for Los Angeles. And here comes the manager, Dave Roberts. And the night is done for Yamamoto. They're expecting a lot more from him tonight. But the Phillies have sprung to life with the bats finally. And they knock Yamamoto out of the game with nobody out in the 5th. Roberts will take away the baseball. And with Schwarber coming up next, they'll go to the bullpen. Nobody out in the 5th. And the Phillies charge it again. They have a 3-1 lead. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory. One of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Scott Ryder, pitching change in LA. Phillies lead the Dodgers 3-1 in the top of the 5th. They're in the bottom of the 9th in the Bronx. Blue Jays lead the Yankees 5-1. 1 out runner on second. Now there's going to be 2 outs there for Toronto. They're 1 out away from advancing to the ALCS for the first time in 9 years. They lost to Cleveland. Last time they won an ALCS was 1993. That's the last time they won World Series, beating the Phillies in 6 games on that Joe Carter historic walk-off 3-run homer. Back to Dodger Stadium with Jess Mendoza. Here's Dave O'Brien.
Anthony Banda now into the contest area, and here's a couple of base runners, Stott and Turner, each with singles to knock out Yamamoto. And that's the big story so far tonight. Guy's really been an ace for the LA Dodgers, but unable to make it very far in this contest. He doesn't get an out in the 5th inning.
Shortest outing in over 2 months. I mean, that just shows you the back end of the season that Yamamoto had, how much length they really anticipated having from him. Biggest question isn't Banda coming in against the lefties, but who's going to give them the length to get through the rest of this game?
Nobody out here, and Schwarber climbing in again. He hit a mammoth home run in the 4th inning. His first of the postseason, his first hit so far, and the first pitch to him is in there for strike from the left-hander Banda. Features a slider, a four-seamer, and a sinker. has been a very good pitcher in the postseason for LA. Here's the 0-1. And a fastball drilled in there for a strike. 96. 0-2 on Schwarber. They lead at first and second. Nobody out. Runners go. Pitch outside, throw down to third, and not going to get anybody. It bounced, and the runner Stott safe there, and Turner safely into second. And the count 1-2 on Schwarber.
This is just a great read to be able to get over to third base for Bryson Stott. Big part of the Phillies game. Base running, we've already seen it tonight. Bryce Harper trying to get an extra base and end up coming around to score.
So double steal as two men in scoring position. Infield in for LA and the 1-2. Outside, remember Schwarber drove in 132 runs during the regular season. Bonda will come set, and the 2-2 from the southpaw. Check swing and a pitch down and away. Did not go. They did appeal to third base ump Dan Merzelli, so no swing. So the count 3-2. Stott at third, Turner at second. Bonda stretches again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball on the ground behind the plate.
Just held that off, too. That's a slider off the plate. He hit almost off the top of the bat. Barely getting a piece to stay alive.
Schwarber looking to add to his Knights with two men in scoring position. The lefties 3-2 coming. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Big first out for the Dodger bullpen. We'll bring up Bryce Harper next.
This is just a massive out to go back to the fastball up and out of the zone to get the chase from Kyle Schwarber. Similar location to the pitch he hit out against Yamamoto. Gets a swing and miss against Bonda.
Harper tonight with a walk and a sharp single. And the pitch. Swing and a high pop-up. Into short right. Betts going out. Coming on Hernandez. Hernandez in very shallow right makes the catch, and the runners cannot advance. Bryce Harper a little over-anxious. Pops up, and two down. So the Dodgers trying to get out of this thing. With the Phillies in front 3-1, and it'll be Alec Bohm next. He's got 1 for 2 with a single.
I mean, this was ultimately Bonda's job, and I know he's got the righty now in Alec Bohm, but he came into this inning to get Schwarber and to get Harper. 1 a strikeout, 1 a weak pop-up. They're going to walk Alec Bohm.
They will put him on here, an intentional pass. And that will load up the bases, and they'll go after Brandon Marsh instead. So they put on a right-hand hitter, and they'll pitch to the left-hand hitter, Marsh. Does have an RBI tonight with a sacrifice fly. And Toronto has advanced. The Blue Jays have beaten the Yankees. 5-2 is the final. As Toronto moves on to the American League Championship Series. There's going to be a violation called here on Marsh, so that'll be strike 1 on him. He's talking with the home plate umpire Nick Lentz, and Rob Thompson, the manager, is out to talk with the umpire right near the batting circle as well.
Brandon Marsh definitely making a case why he was not in the batter's box. Adamant, starting to get really fired up.
They have posted a strike here on Marsh.
Definitely was not in the batter's box until 6 seconds.
Yeah, he was late.
He keeps pointing down the first baseline like something kept him or prevented him from getting the box, but he's down 0-1.
Bases are loaded, and strike one on Brandon Marsh with 2 down. And the pitch. And that's a strike. 0-2. And a big crowd in Los Angeles on their feet. 0-2 coming. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Banda does great work coming out of that bullpen. He inherited a couple of base runners. He leaves them loaded. That one really could have gotten away from Los Angeles. And here we are in the middle of the 5th inning. It is 3-1 the Phillies. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory. One of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
Dive into the Marvel Universe on the official Marvel Podcast with the stars of the MCU.
Everybody's going to be talking about whether we're casting for this character.
The creators of Marvel Comics.
Spider-Man is the greatest fictional character in history.
And Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige.
But if you want the real answer, if we're trying to get real on this podcast,
giving you exclusive access to Marvel's adventures like never before. The official Marvel Podcast. New episodes every Wednesday wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
They don't miss the Tigers and Mariners in Game 5 of the American League Division Series presented by Booking.com on Friday. That's on Fox and ESPN Radio. Our broadcast begins at 7:30 Eastern Time. Roxy Bernstein and Greg Olson will have the call of that one. Toronto awaiting the winner of that series to tangle in the American League Championship Series. Blue Jays advancing by defeating the Yankees, a final score of 5-2 earlier tonight. Meanwhile, here in Los Angeles, the Phillies have a 3-1 lead. Dodgers coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. So we get to the midway point. Tommy Edman, who homered his last at bat, will lead it off, and then it'll be Ohtani and Betts. And we'll see if it's the Dodgers' turn to wake up offensively here tonight in Game 3. They lead it 2-0. And Suarez will deliver. He'll be taken for a strike. Edman ambushed him in the 3rd inning, and the very first pitch he got when Suarez came out of the bullpen and cracked a home run to left. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a liner. Caught by the leaping ball at 3rd. He timed his leap perfectly. He's a tall dude to begin with. He got up there to snatch that and steal what was probably going to be a double.
Easily. And off the bat, it definitely looked like it was. And what, 6'4", 6'5", get up, catches some Alec Bohm. Gets definite air to be able to make this grab. Takes away a double from Tommy Edman.
Bohm showing some hops. And here's Shohei Ohtani. 0 for 2 as he'll take one inside for a ball. He's flied to left and grounded out. So he is 1 for 11 in the series with 6 strikeouts. Pitch is swung on and line foul past 3rd. 1 1 ball and 1 strike on the man who is going to win another MVP, which will be his 4th.
He needs to find it in this game. He has struggled throughout this series. Shohei Ohtani having a conversation about it was catcher's interference.
No call there. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the lefty delivers. That's a strike to the outside corner. So Suarez ahead in the count, 1-2. Betts on deck. 3-1 Phillies in the 5th. And a 1-2 pitch. And that is just low for a ball. Didn't miss by much. Ohtani also not walking at all in the series. Drew 109 walks during the regular season. 2-2. That'll be outside ball 3.
Definitely looking more patient in this at bat. Usually he gets a ton of chase, will swing and not be afraid to expand the zone.
Suarez sizes him up. He kicks, he delivers. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Shohei Ohtani, who's really good on the mound in game 1, but has done virtually nothing with the bat, strikes out for the 7th time in this series.
And this is a slider that's not a great slider. This is left middle of the plate. Of course, left on left, moving a little bit away from Shohei Ohtani, which his front side is just flying on this swing.
2 down, Mookie Betts. He's 1 for 2 at a triple tonight. He'll swing and loop a foul back out of play for strike 1. Mentioned Mookie turned 33 years old yesterday, born in Nashville, Tennessee. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit center field. Comes with 2 down. Mookie Betts on for the 2nd time tonight.
Mookie Betts, this is a bat that's definitely getting going, not just the triple he had back in the 1st, but doing a nice job on a fastball on the inside part of the plate, driving up the middle.
Oscar Hernandez 0 for 2 with a K and a tapper to second. Facing the left-hander and the pitch. Swing and a liner to left field, but he hooked it too much, foul into the stands for a noisy strike.
He was right on that breaking ball, too. Got a curveball, bottom of the zone, inner half, 105 miles an hour, just a little bit out front.
The pitch. Swing, ground ball to short. Knocked down by Turner. He'll flip into second and get the forced play on Mookie Betts to retire the side. That's it for the Dodgers. They get a hit. They strand 1. We have wrapped up 5 here in Game 3, a must-win for the Phillies, and they lead the Dodgers 3-1. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Baseball's #1 digital destination is the MLB app. And this app's got game, like game highlights, live games, fantasy games, and more.
The gem of a game!
This is baseball your way, with stats, scores, breaking news, and daily custom content that hits every time.
A monster shot!
Because here, you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow.
All year long!
So when they catch it on the field,
what a catch!
You catch it on the MLB app. Download today. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Tailgate season is on, and Monster Energy flavors are bringing the heat. Crack open the wickedly creamy citrus blast of Orange Dreamsicle, or ride the shockingly smooth wave of Electric Blue. Both packed with real sugar, bold flavor, and that legendary monster kick. This is the energy your game day deserves. So grab your can and unleash the beast.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at Venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Term supply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, the Dodgers are going to dip into their bullpen again and bring on another left-hander, Jack Dreyer. And he will take over as we move on to the 6th inning, and he'll get 6, 7, and 8 in the Philly batting order. Philadelphia with a 3-1 lead here tonight in front of about 50,000 at Dodger Stadium on a beautiful evening for baseball. Not a very good night for Yoshi Yamamoto, one of the aces of the Dodgers staff, as he did not get it out in the 5th inning and was lifted after allowing 3 runs on 6 hits. Gave up a colossal home run to Kyle Schwarber, which traveled 455 in the 4th inning. That got it rolling. The first of the 3 runs for the Phillies, and some key people really starting to come to life with the bats here tonight for the Fighting Phils.
Yeah, the key people we talked about too. Trey Turner's still kind of the one. He got a hit though in the last inning, but Schwarber, Harper getting a hit after him in that big 4th inning.
Dreyer's first one on the way to Real Muto. Swung on and popped foul out of play. He has doubled and struck out. Real Muto also a free agent, as is Kyle Schwarber when the season is over.
Yeah, and Ranger Suarez coming into this game. Those 3 huge, massive free agents for the Phillies. Why they understand that this is the time to capitalize on the team they have.
A 1-pitch swing and a liner into right field. Coming on, Hernandez to make a catch. Teoscar Hernandez lunging forward to grab that one away in the 6th inning for the Phillies.
It feels like something's going on in right field. We saw Nick Castellanos on 2 different balls just not get great reads. And Teoscar made that ball look a lot harder.
Kepler next. He's hit the ball in the air twice to right and to center, 0 for 2. 1 man out, and the pitch. Just a little low for ball 1. Dave Roberts did use Tyler Glasnow for a couple of innings out of the bullpen. He is due to start game 4 if necessary for LA. Fastball in there for strike on Kepler.
I think the biggest thing is the main trusted arms in the bullpen are all lefties. So Jack Dreyer, who's in now, Anthony Bonda, who pitched the last inning, Alex Vesia, who's up and stretching right now.
1-1. Cut on and missed by Kepler.
All lefties, so you pay the tax to the righties. JT Realmuto, that was a big out against a right-handed batter.
Phillies ahead 3-1 in the 6th. And the left-handed Dreyer will come set and deal a 1-2. And it's outside. Phillies trying to become the first team since the 2015 Blue Jays to come back from an 0-2 deficit in a best-of-5 after losing the first 2 at home. So it's been a while. Here's the pitch. And just a little low for a ball. And a groan comes up from Dodger Stadium to count 3-2.
That's a great call from Nick Lentz. I mean, just missing down below the zone.
Dreyer with a payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back. And Lentz has had a good night back there.
Very consistent, and honestly, down to like the millimeter of being able to call balls and strikes. So many eyes. You have the K-zone up live now, so you at home can say, okay, that's a ball or a strike.
3-2 coming, and it's inside ball 4. So Kepler will take the walk. He's on with 1 down. Castellanos will be next.
This is why Jack Dreyer's in this inning, is to get the lefties out. Max Kepler, a left-handed bat, he walks now, bringing up the right-handed bat, Nick Castellanos.
Nick tonight, a fly to left and a strikeout. And the pitch. Swing, chopper foul off to the left. Castellanos had a big hit. A 2-run double in game number 2 in the 9th inning. The Phillies rallied but fell just short. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Nothing in 2 on Castellanos. Kepler the runner at first. And Dreyer will deliver. Bounced it up there. 2-2.
Will Smith does a great job just keeping this ball within range. Not allowing Max Kepler to advance to second.
Well, there used to be acres and acres of foul territory and room behind home plate at Dodger Stadium. They moved a lot of the seats forward in recent years, but there's still plenty of space back there if it gets away. A lob toss over to first base and safely back Kepler.
Gotta have those premium seats, right? Where's Mary Hart gonna sit?
Who would Mary Hart sit? A nation wonders. Stretch by Dreyer. He checks the runner at first. Runner holding in the pitch. Swung on and fouled back out of play.
Aggressive. Nick Castellanos even gets a piece of that. We've seen him get his body in really funky positions. He hit the double. Scored 2 runs in game 2 to pull that Phillies score a little bit closer to the Dodgers.
Right-hander trying to throw into the bullpen for LA. And a 1-2. Swung on, lunging, and he fouls it back again to hang in there. Castellanos, who's not bashful about striking out, did a good job protecting there.
Interesting that Blake Treinen is up. Dave Roberts might have lost some of his confidence in the righty.
Kepler with the lead off first. And a 1-2 from the lefty. Swinging a high fly ball into center. Moving over to his right, Pages. Calls for that, makes the catch. 2 down. And he'll go after Stott, the second baseman, number 9 hitter next. Phillies in front 3-1. We're in the 6th inning of game 3 with the Dodgers up 2 games to none. And hoping to clinch tonight and advance to another NLCS. The Phillies struck for 3 runs in the 4th inning against Yamamoto. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. Phillies in their classic baby blues tonight. Here's the 0-1. Swing and popped out of play. Foul ball, 0-2. In which they went 6-1. So far they have been lucky. Dreyer rubs up a new baseball. Man at first, 2 down. Crowd looking for a strikeout. The pitch swung on and fouled away again.
Green at bat. Bottom of the order here, Bryson Stott. He battled his way to a single back in the 5th inning as well. Sort of the bottom of the Phillies order. When you see their offense going, you can foul off some pitches, really grind out at bats to get back to the top of the order.
0-2 to Stott. And here it is. Swinging a ground ball, softly hit right to Freeman at first. Goes to the bag, taps that. That'll be on number 3. No runs, a walk, and 1 man left in the 6th inning for the Phillies. And after 5 1/2, it's 3-1. Philadelphia leading the Dodgers. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. Fresh off a bye week and their first loss, 11th ranked LSU faces South Carolina in Death Valley at
tonight.
And he's taking it to the house. Touchdown LSU. 58-yard pick six.
South Carolina at 11th ranked LSU. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern with kickoff at 7:45 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the SEC Network.
It's the WNBA Finals, and we on go. Open it up. We about to rage. The Aces, led by their MVP, ready to bring home another trophy to Vegas.
Asia Wilson can do it all.
The Mercury, ready to shine when the lights are the brightest.
Venus headed back to the finals.
The WNBA Finals. Continue through October 17th on ESPN and ABC and streaming on the all-new ESPN app. Presented by YouTube TV.
The Alabama fans, after week one, they wanted the bullfire, they wanted the OC, the DC, some of them wanted to fire Big Al.
Paul Feinbaum, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC Network.
The Rich Eisen Show.
What Drake May has done cannot be denied, and what he did last night is exactly what Josh Allen and the Bills have done to pretty much everyone else, which is roll out, extend plays, and become unstoppably relentless. Drake May rolling to his right last night was a nightmare.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The Dodgers have a 2-games-to-none lead after winning twice in Philadelphia, but the Phillies, proving they're going to be a tough customer to knock out, have rallied here tonight, and they have a 3-1 lead in this contest here in game number 3 as the Dodgers prepare to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jessica Mendoza, Dave O'Brien with you. Thanks so much wherever you're listening tonight, around the country or around the world. This anticipated to be a heavyweight series, but the Dodgers were clearly the better team in the first couple of games. I think that got under the skin of the Phillies. It was interesting listening to the Philly faithful at times cheering very raucously for their club in Philadelphia, then booing them at other times when they fell behind, and then the cheering would come on again. It was kind of a wild wave, a wild ride there in Philly.
Well, and they're so loud. It's not even a cheering. It's a roar. Even when they were upset and they're booing, it's so loud. Can't ignore it.
Freddie Freeman steps in. He'll lead it off here in the 6th inning for the Dodgers. He'll swing away on the first pitch and foul it away to the left for strike one. Well, Bryce Harper talking about those boos. And he said, we've got some of the best fans in baseball. He said they make me play better, so I enjoy it. The 0-1 is down and in for a ball. Meanwhile, Clayton Kershaw is warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers.
That's breaking news. Clayton Kershaw retiring this year. It's a surprise to some he was on the roster.
1-1 swung on and missed. Freddie Freeman has been hit by a pitch and struck out. He's behind in the count 1-2.
But we talked about how are the Dodgers going to get innings in this game. We saw Blake trying up earlier with all the lefties in this lineup. Clayton Kershaw up in the pen.
The pitch, swinging and a foul back to the netting. Ranger Suarez coming on in the 3rd inning. He immediately gave up a home run, and I mean on the very first pitch he threw to Tommy Edman, but has allowed no runs since then. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Freddie Freeman for the second time. One man away in the Dodgers' 6th inning as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith in the box on the right side. He'll take a breaking ball inside, ball 1. Smith has struck out looking and swinging, 0 for 2. The lefty deals. Drops it in there for a strike. Kike Hernandez on deck. Ranger Suarez, a lefty who likes to work fast. The pitch. Swing and a liner to right base hit. Between Harper and Stott on the right side of the infield, so Will Smith is on with a sharp base hit.
It's been so impressive to see Will Smith hit after not facing real pitching for a month. Saw him in Game 1, had a couple strikeouts, and had a huge 2 RBI single in Game 2. And here, a pitcher that seems almost unhittable, Will Smith finds himself on first base with a single.
Hit number 5 for LA. The Phillies have 6, and there's Kike Hernandez. The pitch. Outside ball 1. He's flied out to right. He's taking a walk tonight. Runner at first, 1 away. The pitch. Swing and a high pop into center. Very shallow. Come on, Marsh. Come on. It's going to pop in. It's a base hit. Will Smith in his second base stopping there. Well, after cracking the bat, it looked like it should have been caught by somebody out there in shallow center field, but Marsh never got there. Turner, the shortstop, backing out, never got there.
This is over an 80% catch probability. You're right. This ball should have been caught. It was up in the air for so long. Brandon Marsh, who has struggled out there in center field. Remember, Harrison Bader hurt with a groin injury, their normal center fielder, and Ranger Suarez showing frustration. He beats Kike Hernandez, but ends up getting a single because it drops in.
Boy, 80% catch probability at the major league level. That's a play that has to be made. But a break for the Dodgers. That puts them on at first and second for Max Muncy. Phillies ahead 3-1, but now the Dodgers threatening in the 6th. Muncy with a line drive out to right in the second inning, and then he came back and singled in the 4th. And he's a home run threat, having hit 19. Smith at second, Kike Hernandez off first, and 1 down. And a pitch. Cut on and missed for strike 1. Muncy did not get a fastball on strike 1. Ranger Suarez will stop and deliver. Swinging a ground ball to second. Stott has it to Turner. That's 1. Back to first. Double play. The Phillies turn 2 and snuff out a Dodger rally. 4-6-3 off the bat of Max Muncy. So Suarez makes the pitch he needs to make and gets out of the jam. That'll wrap up 6 in LA, and it's still the Phillies 3 and the Dodgers 1. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Talk about stepping up! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Studio, the Phillies have a 3-1 lead on the Dodgers, moving to the top of the 7th here. And tonight's trivia question is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. After his 4th inning solo bomb in the Kyle Schwarber now has 5 home runs of 450 feet or more in his postseason career. who is the player with the second most 450-plus foot homers in the postseason. It's brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's not college football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Blue Jays eliminate the Yankees 5-2. Toronto advancing to the ALCS for the first time since 2016. New York leaving 10 on base, 1 of 6 with runners in scoring position. A Jazz Chisholm costly error in the 7th led to a Nathan Lucas 2-out, 2-run single. Now let's get you back to Dodger Stadium with Jessica Mendoza. Here's Dave O'Brien.
Thank you, John. Kind of an oddity there as the Dodgers were hitting into a double play to kill a rally. At the very end of that, you heard a big cheer going up because the bullpen gate opened up, and it wasn't just anybody coming out of that bullpen for the Dodgers. It was the future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, and this is massive. Obviously, Clayton Kershaw about to retire, something he has not done in a long time. He did actually have a ninth inning relief appearance, but before that, Clayton Kershaw out of the bullpen is a rarity. But trying to help his team get some length in this game. This crowd erupted, including Sandy Koufax on his feet.
Trey Turner in the box on the right side. A first pitch from the future Hall of Famers inside for ball 1. 223 career victories for Clayton Kershaw. And over 3,000 strikeouts in a glorious career. He will fire. And it is up high a ball on Turner, who's gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. Your score 3-1 Philadelphia, moving on to the 7th inning here in Los Angeles. And a 2-0. Outside again for ball 3.
I think Kershaw not just into this game, but he's in this game for the biggest pocket you could possibly face in this Phillies order. Turner, Schwarber, and Harper.
Trying to come all the way back, the 3-0 pitch, and pounds it in for a strike. Schwarber on deck. And the left-hander will pitch. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, through for a base hit. So Trey Turner, this is a really good sign for the Phillies. He has 2 hits tonight. Schwarber has a long home run. Harper has a hit. Real Muto has a double. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. So some very key guys for the Phillies who have been quiet. Not too quiet tonight here in game number 3. And now Schwarber, who lifted a home run, 455 back in the 4th inning. 1 for 3 tonight. Kershaw's first one to him will miss for ball 1. Tigers beat up on Seattle 9-3 today. Toronto eliminated the Yankees 5-2. Cubs winners 4-3 over Milwaukee. Next pitch will be outside and a check swing by Schwarber. They do appeal. Third base ump Merzel says no swing. And that's an unpopular call here. About 30,000 umpires join in. Turner off the bag at first. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. Right next door to us. 2 balls and 1 strike. Phillies ahead 3-1 over the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw out of the pen fires. And a breaking ball, and it'll be just a little high. Again, a big groan rises up from the crowd here in Chavez Ravine. The count 3-1.
You can see Clayton Kershaw grinding. Normally a first pitch strike thrower will light up the strike zone. Is having a hard time right now throwing strikes.
3-1 pitch. Schwarber will take one down low, and that's ball 4. So the Phillies trying to add to their 3-1 lead. The first 2 men on in the 7th inning in front of Bryce Harper.
And the biggest thing right now for Kershaw is he started both batters behind the count 2-0, then had to really just battle back to try to get back in the strike zone. Some of the best hitters you're going to see in MLB. He's got to get ahead early, and I'm wondering if Bryce Harper is thinking the same thing, known for ambushing pitches early. I think Kershaw's going to want to strike for the first pitch here.
Bryce Harper asked about the series and the fact that the Phillies lost the first 2. The series moving to Los Angeles. He said it's first 1-3. They're not there yet. And he was, in fact, very confident that the Phillies would find their way back into this series. Turner, the runner at second. Schwarber on at first. And nobody out. Harper, 27 home runs during the regular year. Here's the pitch. Swinging at a foul back. He was ready to swing.
He was in go mode. Got the fastball I wanted, but it was off the plate. I think no matter where that pitch was going to be thrown, Bryce Harper was swinging.
So far, Bryce with a couple of singles in the series. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a liner into right field. Coming on Hernandez. He slides ahead. He makes the catch. He'll throw back to first, but not in time to double off the runner, Kyle Schwarber. But he made a nice play on a sinking line drive for out number 1.
Right field's still making me nervous today. This is a really good play on a ball that was diving down. Bryce Harper doesn't hit it very hard. It's almost like a changeup coming down. Hernandez sliding down to make sure he makes the catch.
And playing deep on Harper, but he got there in time. And we'll send up Alec Bohm, who's gone 1 for 2 with a base hit. 2 on, 1 out for the Phillies in the 7th. They lead it 3-1. Kershaw delivers and bounces it up there. Smith with a nice knockdown. Runner frozen off first. It's going to be thrown to first base, and out at first is Kyle Schwarber. He is cut down. Turner advanced to third on a pitch that got away from Smith. The runners started to go and stopped. And Schwarber, when he did that, was a dead duck because Smith reacted so quickly.
Well, Schwarber's just staring at Trey Turner. Trey Turner looked like he was going to go to third at first, so Schwarber broke to second. Will Smith throws behind Schwarber, gets the out, but Turner does get to third base.
With 2 down. So man at third for the Phillies. 1-0 on Bohm. Right-hand batter. And the lefty with the pitch. Yeah, it'll be taken low. 2-0.
Clayton Kershaw does not have good feel right now. Of course, him coming out of the bullpen, something super rare for him. And he started every batter behind in the count.
His 2-0 pitch. That's down low. Falls behind again, 3-0. And now they're going to go ahead and put him on. Bohm will be intentionally walked for the second time tonight. Once the count went to 3-0, they weren't going to mess with him. They would go after the lefty instead. And Brandon Marsh. And that worked out in the 5th inning when Marsh struck out right after Bohm had been intentionally passed.
Struck out on a slider away.
First and third for the Phillies. And Marsh ready to hit lefty-lefty. And a pitch. Outside, ball 1. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Phillies. 1 run on 6 hits for the Dodgers. And the veteran fires. Swung on and dribbled foul behind a plate for a strike. 1-1. It really is something to look down in the stands and see the legendary Sandy Koufax.
Yes.
Watching a guy who's been a legend in his own time, and Clayton Kershaw in his final year, the 1-1 in there for strike. 1-2.
Without a doubt, 2 greatest pitchers in Dodgers history. In fact, with Sandy Koufax still at an age where now he can get on his feet and cheer on Clayton in a huge game, which could be Clayton Kershaw's last.
He will stretch, and a 1-2 pitch. And a breaking ball didn't snap, stayed up high. 2-2 to count on Marsh. Runners on the corners. Kershaw looking in, ball at the back. Now ball and glove together. Now he raises him high over his head. And the pitch. Swing golfed foul in the air to the left. And they'll do it again.
Brandon Marsh helping him out on that one. That was a slider way below the zone. Ends up fouling off what would have been ball 3. I wonder, keep showing Sandy Koufax what he's thinking. He's putting himself in Kershaw's shoes, what he would throw.
Kershaw with a pitch. Swing and a shot lined to right field toward the alley, but cut off by Hernandez. He'll make the catch on another wickedly hit line drive, but he hauls it in right field, and that'll retire the side. So Clayton Kershaw survives. A couple of base runners there. They will fail to score. We're in the middle of inning number 7 in Los Angeles. It's the Phillies 3 and the Dodgers 1. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
October baseball is here, which means the MLB stage is bigger, the lights brighter, and your style, it's gotta rise with it. From fresh jerseys and iconic caps to hoodies, jackets, and must-have accessories, every postseason fit tells a story, because October baseball isn't just play, it's what you live, it's what you wear, it's showing off and showing out. So this October, go big, go bold, rep your squad's postseason moment at MLBshop.com. MLB trademarks used with permission.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, it's a division series the Philadelphia Phillies are trying to climb back into, down 2 games to none, and have done a good job of doing that tonight. They have a 3-1 lead here in L.A. as the Dodgers prepare to bat in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And Miguel Rojas will hit for Andy Pages. So Dave Roberts starting to use his bench as we get to the latter stages of game number 3. And don't miss Brewers Cubs, Game 4, National League Division Series, presented by Booking.com tomorrow night on TBS, ESPN Radio. Boog Shambi, Doug Glanville will have the call. And Rojas in on the right side to start the 7th inning for the Dodgers. First pitch will be in there for strike 1. On deck, and then Shohei Ohtani. Here's the pitch. Swing fouled away, off to the right. Rojas, the veteran from Venezuela. One of the leaders on his Dodger team. Highly respected voice. Mookie Betts was talking about that the other day. That they had discussed that wheel play. They had tried it earlier in the season, and Rojas said, you do it in do-or-die situations. The 0-2 swung on, little ground ball to first. To his right, Harper has it. He'll take it back to the bag and get the out. 1 gone in the 7th for the Dodgers. And Tommy Edmond will be next.
Yeah, Miguel Rojas, the most trusted guy in this team, not just in the clubhouse, but also defensively. He's played at every infield position practically. He's a huge leader for Mookie. Mookie leaned on him a lot when he came into the shortstop position.
Edmond tonight with a home run, a solo shot in the third inning, and the first pitch that Suarez threw coming out of the bullpen. He'll deliver, and it's taken for a strike. It's also lined out to third, and that took a leaping play by Bohm to steal a double from him. So he's had a couple of really good at-bats against Suarez. 3-1 Phillies in front. The pitch. Swing, ground ball, foul, third base side. 0-2. Tell you what, Suarez has been a big part of the story here for the Phillies since he came on and allowed that first pitch home run to Edmond. He's given nothing to the Dodgers.
The Dodgers have shown in this series, I mean, all 9 runs have scored in the 6th inning or later. They've been a late scoring team.
One man away, the left-hander fires in. Swing, a little number off the end of that foul to the right. As Edmond stays alive. We'll see if Shohei Ohtani can fight his way out of his slump. He is 1 for 12 in the series. He struck out 7 times. He's on deck. And the 0-2. Inside. Dodgers big bats right around the corner. Mookie Betts after Ohtani. And Suarez with a 1-2. Swing at a high pop foul. That'll make the seats over the top of the Philly dugout. And out of play. That dugout on the first base side. Nobody on base, 1 down. We're in the last half of the 7th. Phillies leading 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing, ground ball, yanked behind the bag at third. Bohm up and gunning. Offline, but the first baseman, Harper, came off the bag and tagged him out. And then he comes over and apologizes to Edmond for the hard tag into his midsection. The throw brought him toward home plate off the bag. He was able to snag it and then put the tag on Edmond to make sure on number 2.
That's all he could do. Because of where the throw was at, it took him right into Tommy Edman. They show the replay, and there's a kind of an elbow, I think, that gets in there as well. Tommy's first reaction was pretty upset.
So here's Ohtani and the pitch. Big swing and a miss. He came up empty on a home run cut. Tonight he's flied to left, grounded out, first baseman to the pitcher, and struck out. So he's had a very quiet series with the bat. The pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
All his swings, Obi, he is flying to right field. We saw it on his last strikeout. Front side opening up very quick.
The 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball deep to left field. Kepler's backing up, feeling for the wall. He's there to make the catch. Right in front of the scoreboard for out number 3. Ohtani just missed one to the opposite field, but they're also going to go 1, 2, 3. That is the end of 7 here in game number 3. And the Phillies lead it 3-1 over the Dodgers. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
With Eckrich, the official smoked sausage and deli meat of the college football playoff, it's super easy to score big flavor, even when you have no time between the laundry, your laundry list of responsibilities, and kickoff. You're still ready to go with perfectly seasoned smoked sausage you heat up and eat up. Whether it's Grandpa's famous chili dogs or your famous almost forgot the potluck deli sliders, Eckrich makes every game day taste and feel like a win. For extra delicious game days, just add Eckrich.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply for pets out here.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
About to bring in the eighth inning, the Phillies holding a 3-1 lead against the Dodgers. They have out-hit them 7-6. Clayton Kershaw out for his second inning. He struggled to get through the seventh inning. A couple of base runners in that frame, but he got through it. And about to take on Real Muto, Kepler, and Castellanos for the Phillies. It's also going to be very interesting to see how Rob Thompson uses his closer tonight, Duran, the flame-throwing right-hander, because coming up next in the bottom of the eighth inning for L.A., a very tough part of their order in Betts, Teoscar Hernandez, and Freddie Freeman. We shall see if he warms him up and uses him for that pocket, or if it'll be the ninth inning. Real Muto will lead things off. He has a double tonight. He's gone 1 for 3. And Kershaw's pitch bounces up there, downstairs, ball one. Dean will take over in center after Rojas hit for Pajes. And the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball left center field. That's hit well. Dean going back to the track. He's going to watch it go. That's a home run. JT Realmuto will touch them all to give the Phillies a little bit of extra breathing room late in this one. A solo shot off Clayton Kershaw here in the eighth inning to make it 4-1 Philadelphia.
JT Realmuto, have yourself a series. Now the fourth hit that JT has gotten. Second tonight. He had a double in the fourth inning. Now a home run, takes a slider down in the zone, just crushes it. No doubt about it. 105 miles an hour. Not quite Schwarber-esque, but Phillies will definitely take it for another run on the board.
Well, he's certainly a power source when he's healthy. Here's Kepler. He'll take low, ball one. So the Phillies trying to hang around and continue to play in October. 1-0 pitch, drilled in there for a strike from Clayton Kershaw. Phillies trying to force a game 4 tomorrow. And Kershaw is 1-1. That's outside. Oh, suddenly a different feel in the air among the Dodgers and Dodger Stadium faithful. Big lefties 2-1. And that's down low for ball 3.
He is having a hard time with that slider. 2 consecutive balls in the dirt. Remember, this is Clayton's first relief appearance in the postseason since the 2019 NLDS against the Nationals. Gave up 2 solo home runs in that inning, only got 1 out.
3-1 to Kepler. Check swing. It's up and in. He did not offer. It's ball 4. So they've got another base runner. Right in front of Nick Castellanos, who's looking for his first hit tonight.
Showing the replay, and it did look like Kepler went. Phillies get a break. Ball 4.
Castellanos is fly to left, struck out, fly to center, 0 for 3. 4-1 Phillies in the 8th, and a pitch. Swing at a chopper to third. Short hop, and knocked down by Muncy, but now he has no play. He deflected it in front of the bag. Could not scoop it cleanly, and everybody's safe. Castellanos at first, and Kepler down to second.
This is a play that he's got to make. It's going to go down as an error. Tries to get it to the left side of his body and just can't hold on. Fairly routine, hits off the heel. He's been so good at third base in this series, but a critical error here.
The Dodgers commit their second error of the ball game. Here's Bryson Stott out of the 9-hole. He's gone 1 for 3 with a single. Nobody out, first and second. He's showing bunt, drops down to bunt to third. Muncy collects it, fires on to first to get the out. But Kepler moves up, and so does Castellanos, so second and third with only one down. And the Phillies with a big hit here could go a long way to putting this game on ice.
Now you got the top of the order, Trey Turner, already 2 hits. You got Kyle Schwarber just waiting on deck. This is where Clayton Kershaw actually first came into this game, was to face Turner. He had a slider up the middle.
The infield drawn in for LA, and Trey Turner is 2 for 4. He has 2 singles tonight. Right-hand batter. First pitch, low ball 1 from Kershaw. Base hit here would certainly score 1, maybe 2. Schwarber on deck. And a 1-0 pitch. That's taken low again for ball 2.
Now both breaking balls, not great feel for Kershaw. Another 2-0 count. And remember, this is a pitcher all season long. It will get you 0-1 pretty quick. He is a strike thrower, but out of the bullpen tonight, having a hard time getting strikes.
Turner, a little power now. 15 home runs. Got to respect that from the batting champ. And the 2-0. He'll take one in there for a strike. Kershaw in the final season of a splendid career. He'll stretch and deal. Swang, a little looper into right center field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Castellanos. He is in to score. And the Phillies lead it 6-1 in the 8th inning. And Trey Turner with his 3rd hit tonight. And the key guys, Turner and Schwarber and Harper and company, coming alive just in the nick of time for the Phillies in this series.
Yeah, remember, they were 2 for 21 with 11 strikeouts coming into this game. We talked about it. The stars of this Phillies team have to show up to continue their season. And Trey Turner, kind of what he's been doing all day. He gets a curveball, just hits it 67 miles an hour, barely bloops it into right. 2 more runs come in.
We'll bring up Schwarber, who will swing and hit a high fly ball to right field. Hernandez backing up on the track to the wall, and that ball is gone. Another home run for Kyle Schwarber, his 2nd tonight. And the Phillies, a 2-run shot here, busted wide open. They lead it 8-1 as they eye Game 4 in Los Angeles tomorrow. And riding the big bat of Kyle Schwarber, his 2nd home run. This one a high, majestic blast that just got over the right field fence. Unlike his home run in the 4th inning, which is still going. And 8-1 Philadelphia.
Kyle Schwarber, he gets a fastball, middle in. I mean, you talk about cookie zone. That's exactly where Clayton Kershaw threw that pitch. Bounce on the top of the wall. His last one cleared by a whole lot. That one just barely clearing.
Fastball up high here to Bryce Harper, and Jess Mendoza's instant analysis brought to you by ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And a pitch swinging, a line shot out of left center field. That's going to drop on the grass. Trying to cut it off Dean. He bobbles it. He knocks it all the way to the wall off the glove. And scampering into second base, Bryce Harper. So the Phillies come to life in a big way tonight here in LA. And again, as we said, just in the nick of time, because they were on the verge of being swept and eliminated here very quickly in the division series. Does not look like that is going to happen tonight. They lead at 8-1, and Harper's standing at second.
And there's nobody up in the bullpen. So Clayton Kershaw, who is struggling in this inning, already given up 5 runs. Of course, defense has not helped him. That was the second error of the inning. Justin Dean unable to hold on. He's only in for his defense.
That'll bring up Alec Bohm, who has reached base 3 times tonight, a single and a couple of intentional walks. And the pitch is downstairs for a ball. Harper gets a double all the way in his second hit. Although Dean had a chance to cut that off, and it deflected off Leather, rolled all the way to the fence. Here's the pitch. Low again for ball 2. Kyle Schwarber had been 0 for 22 before that mammoth home run in the 4th inning, and now another home run in the 8th inning. The 2-0 from Kershaw. Swung on and missed. And the Phillies flashing the muscle that carried them to the National League East Division crown this year, and 96 wins.
This is the Phillies team that we knew we had not seen in the first 2 games.
2-1 will be inside and low on a right-hand hitting ball and a count 3-1.
And, you know, a part of that did come to life at the very end of game 2. They clearly carried that momentum into this game. Big 4th inning and now a big 5-run 8th inning here.
Bryce Harper leading at second. The pitch, swing and a ground ball. Base hit between third and short. Harper's rounding. Up with it, Hernandez. He's firing home. Play at the plate. Here's the tag. And he is out at home. Bryce Harper cut down on the peg from Kike Hernandez. Ball safely aboard at first with the base hit. 2 down. And by the way, the 5th hit in the inning here in the 8th for the Phillies. And they're 12th in the game.
Good job by Kike Hernandez, but an even better job by Will Smith. This ball ended up way to the right at home plate. Will Smith making not just the catch, but had to dive back over the plate to tag Harper.
And now Brandon Marsh, who is one of our pregame guests, he'll take a pitch inside for ball 1. He has an RBI tonight on a sac fly. He was pretty darn confident that the Phillies would do this tonight, that they would show up and swing the sticks. 1-0 pitch. Inside for a ball.
It's who they are. I mean, when you think of the Philadelphia Phillies, and we can talk about their starting rotation, they're very good, but you think about this Phillies team, they slug, they hit, they put up runs very quickly. That's what they've done here in the 8th.
Marsh, the 9th man to hit in this inning. Kershaw delivers, and down low. It's down to 3-0 once again. Two down, a runner at first. The count 3-0 on Marsh. Real Muto, who started this inning with a home run, is on deck. And that one through there for a strike on Marsh, 3-1. Bohm with the lead off first, 2 away. 3-1 is cut on and missed. And a high, hard one on Marsh. 3-2. Cubs beat Milwaukee today. Toronto eliminated the Yankees 5-2. Detroit has tied up Seattle 2-2. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball straight away center field deep. Dean racing back to the track. Lunges. He makes the catch. And then goes running up against the center field padded fence. Well, the Phillies hit some shots in that inning. 2 home runs and a deep drive that Dean did a really nice job to run down in center field. Phillies pile on 5 more runs. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 8-1 the Phillies. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24th, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Welcome to Only Murders in the Building,
The official podcast.
Join me, Michael Cyril Creighton, as we go behind the scenes with some of the amazing actors, writers, and crew from season 5.
The audience should never stop suspecting anything.
How can you not be funny crawling around on a coffin?
No, that's true. Catch Only Murders in the Building official podcast, premiering September 9th wherever you get your podcasts. And watch Only Murders in the Building, streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming MLB Network today. Get up to 15 out-of-market games a week live on any device. Plus 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows, including live game look-ins and exclusive player interviews. And hear live radio play-by-play from all 30 clubs with MLB at Bat. Enjoy the home of baseball from virtually anywhere. Plans start as low as $5.99 per month. Sign up now at MLBnetwork.com/stream. Available in the U.S. only. Blackout restriction applies. Visit MLB.com/subscribe for full terms and conditions. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
And the Fighting Phils fighting back here in Game 3 of the Division Series. They have a commanding 8-1 lead. Refusing to go quietly. They've hit 3 home runs in this game, 2 of them by Kyle Schwarber. Part of the narrative of the first 2 games was the top 3 in the order for the Phillies just not doing anything. Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. Certainly not the case tonight, as they have combined for a total of 6 hits. Actually 7 hits, because Harper was given credit for that double last time up. So that part of the order has really reestablished itself in this series.
Absolutely exploded. And not just 1, 2 hits, but home runs. Just really the offense we've known from this Phillies team. Now time for the Dodgers with Mookie Betts up right now.
And Mookie Betts will take one for a strike. Mookie tonight 1 for 3. Ryan Kirkring into the ball game now, the right-hander. And deals to Betts, and that's over but low for a ball. Ranger Suarez was outstanding entering the game in the 3rd inning, quickly gave up a first pitch home run, and then did not allow another run the rest of the night. And giving up the ball after the 7th inning to pitch outside on Betts. You know, there was a lot of conversation, Jessica, about Rob Thompson's decision to start Aaron Nola and then go to Ranger Suarez. A lot of people didn't like the decision. 1-1 on the way, and a ground ball softly hit to short. Turner will gobble it up and throw out Mookie Betts, and 1 away in the 8th.
It's looking brilliant now, and I think the biggest reason it is to get innings where Aaron Nola could not come out of the bullpen. For whatever reason, Aaron Nola has not, but also Rob Thompson was not comfortable and knowing we needed to be able to get, he did everything he needed to do, get through 2 innings, 8 batters to hand it off to Ranger Suarez. Now getting into the bullpen, which has been the biggest weakness for the Phillies.
Pitch on the way, check swing, and it's in there for a strike on Teoscar Hernandez. He's been quiet tonight, 0 for 3. The pitch, swing, golfed, foul, back out of play. Quickly 0-2 on Teoscar. And strike out a couple of ground outs. He has a 10-game postseason hit streak on the line. Right-hander comes set, the 0-2. Outside. Freddie Freeman on deck. And a lot of eyes are going to turn to the top of the order for the Dodgers after tonight. Shohei Ohtani with another 0-for. The pitch, swing, ground ball at 3rd. Bohm will field that. Fires a strike over there to first base for out number 2. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th, and Freeman next.
First pitch.
outstanding pitcher's duel for Game 4 between Glasnow, has pitched in the series out of the bullpen, and Sanchez, who started Game 1 and threw the ball really well. First pitch to Freeman, down the middle, strike one. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Phillies, a run on 6 hits and 2 errors for LA. And the pitch wide to the left-hand batter. 1-1.
It starts to kind of change the narrative too. So much of it on Turner and Schwarber and Harper, and now it turns to Freeman and Betts and Ohtani.
1-1. Ground ball hit up the middle. Shortstop Turner will have it and sling it onto first to retire the side. Dodgers go quietly for the second straight inning. 1-2-3. That is 8 innings in the books with the Phillies on top 8-1 in Los Angeles. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. Fresh off a bye week and their first loss, 11th ranked LSU faces South Carolina in Death Valley at night.
And he's taking it to the house. Touchdown LSU. 58-yard pick six.
South Carolina at 11th ranked LSU. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern with kickoff at 7:45 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the SEC Network.
The men's crown jewel championship. Cody Rhodes will face Seth Freakin' Rollins, who is the best of the best.
Stream Crown Jewel Saturday at a special start time, 8 a.m. Eastern on the ESPN app. The Rich Eisen Show.
What Drake May has done cannot be denied, and what he did last night is exactly what Josh Allen and the Bills have done to pretty much everyone else, which is roll out, extend plays, and become unstoppably relentless. Drake May rolling his right last night was a nightmare.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, the Philadelphia Phillies coming to life with the bats here tonight in Game 3 at Dodger Stadium with a 3-run fourth inning highlighted by a tremendous home run by Kyle Schwarber, which went 455 feet, caught a piece of the pavilion roof down the right field line here at Dodger Stadium. Not many hit it there. Then they got 5 runs just moments ago in the 8th inning against Clayton Kershaw. They really knocked him around with a pair of home runs in there as well. So now Dave Roberts goes back to his bullpen. He'll bring on Blake Trinan. We'll take on Real Muto, Kepler, and Castellanos. These guys really got that rally going last inning. Real Muto with a home run.
They were also part of the 9th inning rally in Game 2 against Blake Trinan. He gave up 3 consecutive hits and 2 runs against this part of the order.
Well, Dodger Stadium beginning to empty out here with an 8-1 Philly lead. To the 9th inning we go. And a righty delivers. Swung on and fouled, straight back, strike one. Good night for Real Muto, a double and a home run. He's gone 2 for 4. And a righty with the 0-1. That's across for strike, 0-2. Kepler on deck. And a right-hander ready. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Outside.
And this place cleared out fast. Sold out stadium. I'd say less than half are still here.
Big rallies tend to do that against your team. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a shot, line to right field. Backing up Hernandez, he's got it.
all the credit to Philly fans. They never left. They stayed until the last out. They were on their feet the whole entire game.
Some of them might have hung around to boo, but they did hang around.
They did.
They were on an emotional roller coaster in Philly. Here's Max Kepler. 0 for 2, 2 walks, and a pitch. Fastball in for strike. Now the Phillies doing exactly what they needed to do tonight. They showed up swinging a shillelagh. The pitch swang at a high pop-up into right center. Dean, the center fielder, is under and makes the catch. 2 down.
Justin Dean made a tremendous catch to really bail Clayton Kershaw out of what was already a bad inning, 5 runs, but was clearly going to be more. Dean ran a ton, caught it running into the wall to get the 3rd out of that inning.
And we'll send up Nick Castellanos, who reached on an error last inning and scored a run. First pitch to him, low and away, ball 1. Part of a 5-run uprising for the Phillies. And certainly looked like they had put this game well out of reach. And the pitch. That's low again, ball 2. Phillies have lost 7 of their last 8 postseason games. Tonight's been a different story. They have scored runs. Biggest part of the reason that they had lost that many games in the postseason was they had a lot of trouble scoring. Pitch on the way, a swing, and a pop foul out of play to the right.
Remember, too, these are the 2 best offenses in the National League without question. And the Dodgers punched first 2 games. You expected a counterpunch. You expected the Phillies bats to show up.
2-1. Swing, weak ground ball to the right side at second. Edman gathers it and throws on to get him to retire the side. We are off to the bottom of the 9th inning here in game number 3. The Phillies with a big lead, 8-1 on the Dodgers. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, the Phillies intent on playing a Game 4 tomorrow night. They're in great shape to do that. And should that happen, we'll have it right here on ESPN Radio. And the game also on TBS. Our broadcast will begin at 2:30. Game number 4. Unless the Dodgers have a miracle rally here, the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing by 7 runs. The best-of-5 series. And Taijuan Walker coming out of the bullpen to pitch the 9th inning for the Phillies. The right-hander. And he will get Will Smith to lead things off. As Dodger Stadium continues to empty very quickly.
The Dodger half of the ninth inning. Catcher number 16, Will.
And Will Smith in this one, 1 for 3 with a base hit. He singled last time up in the 6th inning. And even Mary Hart has left us.
What?
Mary on her way home.
Gotta beat that traffic.
Pitch is in there for a strike to Will Smith.
Magic Johnson left the building. Sandy Koufax is still here. Come on.
A 1-pitch swing and a high pop off the end of the bat into center field. Charging on it, Marsh. He'll get there in time to make the catch. 1 man out. Sandy Koufax is a flat gamer. He is still here in the building, and the score is 8-1 in the ninth.
Well, heck yeah. That's the athlete in you. Come on. You're going to support. Think if you're in that dugout. And by the way, he's maybe 8-10 feet from the dugout. That's how close he is. And you look up and you see Sandy Koufax has left you? Come on. He is Dodger through and through here to support the team.
Kike Hernandez will take a pitch outside for ball 1. 1 down here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 8-1 Phillies. As they close in on their first victory of the postseason, a pitch. Swing and a high pop foul out of play right side. Kike tonight has flied out, walked and singled. So looking ahead to Glasnow and Sanchez for game number 4. The pitch outside. We're going to see some stuff between those two guys.
It's really the highlights of both of these teams. The starting rotation.
2-1. Up high. Now 3 balls and a strike on Kike.
Tyler Glasnow coming in relief in the Saturday game.
Came in throwing 100, the 3-1. And outside ball 4. So Kike Hernandez reaching base for the 3rd time tonight. He will trot up the first base line, and Max Muncy will be next. The Phillies have out-hit the Dodgers 12-6 in this one. And they have out-homered them 3-1. 2 home runs by Kyle Schwarber, the pitch. That's going to be high for a ball on Muncy.
You're right, that last half inning, JT Realmuto, when he came back up to bat, he was the one that really got that party started in the 8th inning. Against Clayton Kershaw, welcomed him with a home run.
1-0, and high again for ball 2 on Muncy.
Just like Schwarber in the 4th. They led off with home runs, kind of set the tone for the inning.
2-0 from the righty. And in there for a strike. You had a notion that he might do that. As we were in the commercial break, you were pointing to the right field stands, I think to the exact spot that he actually hit it, predicting that he would homer, and he unleashed one as a swing and a foul out of play to the left side by Max Muncy, and a count 2-2.
I mean, I can take credit, but he did hit 56 this year, so the percentages were pretty high that he was going to hit one, but has not looked great at the plate. A lot of swing and miss. Just feels like Kyle Schwarber, you're not going to keep him down for long.
2-2, swing, ground ball, base hit into right field. Kike Hernandez will take off, rounding second on his way into third. He will reach there without a throw. Muncy with his second hit tonight. That'll put Dodgers at first and third, and 1 down in the ninth. Trailing 8-1.
Next, Muncy pulls a splitter down in the zone. Kike Hernandez kind of had to stop, let that ball pass. Still gets all the way to third base. Dalton Rushing now pinch hitting. First time we've seen him hit in this series.
And last year's Dodger Minor Leaguer of the Year. Will climb in on the left side with runners at first and third for the Dodgers. And Walker's first one. Check swing, and he fouled it away. A little chopper off to the left for strike 1. He deals the 0-1 pitch, and it's swung on and fouled in the air on a play. 0-2. So far, home field advantage has been no advantage for either one of these teams.
It's been super interesting, especially in Philadelphia, where you could argue the most home field advantage of any team in the postseason.
0-2. Swing popped up. Foul off third. That'll make it back off into the stands. Well, you're right. I mean, the Phillies had the best home record in baseball. And they dropped 2 to the Dodgers. The Dodgers had the second best home record in the National League. They're taking it on the chin tonight, courtesy of the Phillies, 8-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip to the mitt. He strikes him out. 2 down. So the Phillies 1 out away from celebrating a postseason win and a gigantic one tonight in Los Angeles to stay alive in this best-of-5 series. Now they'll send up Tommy Edman, who's gone 1 for 3 with a home run. To this point, the only run for LA tonight. First pitch in there for a strike. He's back in the 3rd inning. So Rob Thompson's plan to start Aaron Nola, then bring on Ranger Suarez, and the rest of the bullpen worked out perfectly. Little ground ball here. That's going to trickle into left field for a base hit to score a run. Kike Hernandez will cross home plate.
It's an interesting play. This is a ball that Trey Turner would have easily gotten to. And it's like he thought Alec Bohm, the third baseman, was going to come across and get it, so he stopped. Then tried to keep going and ended up just leaking through for a base hit. Ball was hit 53 miles an hour.
Yeah, wasn't exactly scalded. It should be the shortstop's ball. Turner eventually tried to slide down and backhand. It was already through him.
He really thought Alec Bohm was going to come across, but you're right. That was all his ball. I feel bad for Taijuan Walker. Run scores against him, but he beat the bat of Tommy Edman.
Well, he's going to come out of the game. Rob Thompson removes him, and he'll go back to the bullpen. So we'll have another change here with 2 down in the 9th inning. And the score now 8-2 Philadelphia with 2 away in the 9th. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Well, before Shohei Ohtani gets in against Tanner Banks, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Los Angeles Dodgers will rise to the occasion. Because at the end of the day, you have one to repeat.
Well, the left-hander Banks will make another appearance. He made his postseason debut on Monday night in Game 2 against the Dodgers, a scoreless 8th inning. He threw a total of 8 pitches, and now he'll get Shohei Ohtani trying to fight his way out of a skid all of a sudden. But only 1 hit in the series, 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Runners on at first and third. He may need this not for tonight, but for tomorrow.
And honestly, the headline, the narrative, it's all been about Harper and Schwarber. It'll turn to Ohtani if he doesn't get on here.
Two down, first pitch swing, and popped him up into right field. That should do it. Coming on, Castellanos, he's under and makes the catch, and the Phillies get back in the series. And they do it with a home run ball. Schwarber with a pair. They hit 3 in the game and knock off the Dodgers 8-2. This series is 2-1 going to game 4.
You know, you got to like the game plan, and it worked out for Rob Thompson. So much criticism, too. Start the guy that's got almost a 70 ERA, and Aaron Nola struggled all year long. I get the name works, but ultimately it was to get to Ranger Suarez in the right pocket. He was able to complete 4 innings, get it to the bullpen, but ultimately it was the offense that stole the show.
Now we're going to wait for an interview here. We've got Alden Gonzalez downstairs, and hoping Alden can line someone up for us for the Fightin' Phils, who win this game on the strength of 8 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. And for the Dodgers, 2 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. And the Phillies pounding their way back into the series. Their backs right up against the wall, as they like to say. But they never showed that anxiety or nervousness. They are a pretty cool customer. There are a lot of veteran guys there who've been in a position before where they had to win games, and they do it in a big way tonight.
And led by Kyle Schwarber, the fact that he had 2 home runs after struggling so much the last few weeks, a lot of at-bats coming up short. He hit a ball 117 miles an hour, 455 feet. That'll break open something.
Suarez gets the win. Yamamoto takes the loss. Dodgers now up 2-1. Let's toss it downstairs to Alden.
Yeah, I'm with Philly shortstop Trey Turner. And Trey, not only to get this win to save your season, but to do it the way you did with the offense flowing that way, what did that mean to you guys? What do you hope that could mean for the rest of the series?
Yeah, it feels good to get going. You know, the first 2 games put up some runs here or there, but kind of fell short offensively. And tonight, we got those big innings that we need. You need those in the postseason, pour it on and kind of break it open. And we got that tonight. So hopefully, tomorrow with more of that and do it a little earlier and get out to that early lead.
Trey, Kyle Schwarber almost cleared the roof in right field. You've played a lot of games at Dodger Stadium. You ever seen a ball hit over there?
I saw one go out the stadium to left field. That's the other one that I've seen. So it's hard to do that, especially at night here. And he never surprises me, but still, that's special.
And for Aaron Nola to give you 2 scoreless innings to start this game, and then Ranger to come in with 5 behind him, how big was that in setting the tone today?
They both are huge. Nola's done it for so long. And Rangers, come out with them before in the playoffs, and he just competes. Both those guys are competitors, and I was kind of surprised. I didn't know that was the game plan when Nola came out of the game. I was like, man, he looks really good. Let him keep going. But Ranger came in and shut it down and got it to the bullpen, and we kept tacking it on, like I said, and it was a good team win.
Trey, thanks so much. Congrats.
Trey Turner with 3 hits tonight. Drove in a couple of runs in the 8th inning with a base hit. So he comes to life. The top of that order had really been scuffling. Just 2 for 21 coming into play tonight. But between Turner and Schwarber and Bryce Harper, those top 3, they wind up with 7 hits in the game. I would say they answered.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a statement. And he talked about the bigger inning. It wasn't like they kind of chipped away a couple runs here and there. It was the 4th inning, 3 runs. It was the 8th inning with 5 more runs. And Trey Turner had a very classic Trey Turner night. Just finding a way to get singles. That's what he's so good at. He got the batting title this year because of his bat-to-ball skills. And then Schwarber and Harper coming in big with some huge hits. But JT Realmuto has really been the sneaky, consistent player offensively when you think about the entire series. Added another home run and a double tonight.
And he wound up going 2 for 5. Hit the ball hard all night long out of that 6-hole. Realmuto will be a free agent, and so will Kyle Schwarber. A couple of other guys refused to go out tonight. Schwarber outstanding with a pair of home runs. He's downstairs right now with Alden Gonzalez.
Kyle, a lot of focus going into this game was on you, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper to get going offensively. For all 3 of you guys to be clicking the way you did tonight, how good was that to see?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I think overall offense was great. We kind of started slow, but once we were able to get going, I felt like we kept the constant pressure on. We didn't help ourselves out there. I get out on the bases, but we were able to keep pushing through and put some more runs on the board, and it's a great win, and we know what's ahead, and we got another task tomorrow.
And Kyle, you have a knack for these prodigious postseason home runs. This last one was 455. It almost cleared the roof in right field. How good did that one feel?
Yeah, I mean, hits are great, homers are great. You know, I don't care, like I said, if it goes over, if it hits the fence, right, and goes over, but, you know, I'm just happy that we were able to go out there and contribute and help your team get going, and, you know, excited for the task tomorrow.
And yet tomorrow it's Tyler Glasnow. You guys got to look at him early in this series. What do you think it's going to take to break through against him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously elite stuff, good fastball, good breaking balls. For us, it's just going out there, having our game plan, whatever that's going to be, and making sure that we execute it. You know, we know that these are probably, you know, some of the best starting pitchers in baseball, you know, on both sides going against each other, and you know, we just have to find a way to get through and keep the constant pressure going, just like we did tonight. But we know that it's not going to be easy. This is never easy. This is postseason. I don't care who you are. You're going to face really good pitching throughout the whole postseason. It's just what this is about, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Kyle, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Alden, thank you very much. And Kyle Schwarber, our thanks as well. And just a little peek into the kind of player he is, how he thinks the game. He hit 2 home runs tonight. What was the one thing he said that he's angry at himself about?
Accountability on getting thrown out
Right.
at first base. That's what's going to sit with him, and that's what makes him great. He's not going, I hit ball almost out of Dodger Stadium. He's mad at himself for getting thrown out at first.
I thought it was really cool he hit 2 home runs and hit one to the moon tonight, but he's still talking about that. You're absolutely right. Should be a terrific pitcher's duel tomorrow. Really look forward to game number 4 and the fact that the Phillies pound their way back into the series 8-2 tonight. For my partner, Jessica Mendoza, I'm Dave O'Brien. Also for our producer, Alan Trexler, our engineer, Rick Cutler, thanks so much for joining us here in Dodger Stadium tonight. The Phillies are alive. They knock off the Dodgers 8-2. Now we send it to John Ryder in the studio for the postgame show.
Thanks so much, Dave, and Jess as well. Great broadcast tonight, and this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Coming up next on the Baseball Tonight postgame show, we get your game flow. Phillies Dodgers, Game 3 in Los Angeles. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Can't get enough baseball? Start streaming MLB Network today. Get up to 15 out-of-pocket games a week live on any device. Plus 24/7 access to MLB Network's award-winning shows, including live game look-ins and exclusive player interviews. And hear live radio play-by-play from all 30 clubs with MLB at Bat. Enjoy the home of baseball from virtually anywhere. Plans start as low as $5.99 per month. Sign up now at MLBnetwork.com/stream. Available in the U.S. only. Blackout restriction applies. Visit MLB.com/subscribe for full terms and conditions.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chad Ryder with the Baseball Tonight post-game show. Dodgers, Phillies, Game 3 in L.A. Let's get you the game flow. It's brought to you by Progressive Insurance. See why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com. L.A. starting one of their frontline guys, Yoshi Yamamoto. L.A. going for the 3-game sweep in this best of 5. Philadelphia starting veteran Aarondola, who was solid, went 2 solid, fanning 3. Ranger Suarez would replace him in the 3rd. That was the plan. And the first batter he faced, Tommy Edman, would greet him with a solo homer. 1-0 L.A. Phillies answer in a big way in the 4th of Yamamoto.
Yamamoto with a 2-0 pitch, swinging a high drive into right field deep. That is way, way back. It is way, way gone. My goodness. He absolutely killed that thing. That might have clipped the side of the pavilion roof out there in right field. Holy cow. Kyle Schwarber, you talk about breaking a slump. He did it by hitting that one a country mile, and this game is tied.
117, Obi. 117.